Welcome back to the Declutter Revolution. Today's video is for every woman who has ever sighed at the mess in her kitchen and wondered why cooking somehow feels like doing double the work, one part preparing meals, one part recovering from the chaos left behind. If your kitchen always seems to be the fastest place to get dirty and the slowest place to clean, trust me, you're not alone. Yesterday, we talked about simple nighttime routines that help busy moms save precious time while keeping the house in order, and the response was incredible. So today, we're going even deeper straight into the heart of the home, the kitchen. Because when your day is packed with deadlines, errands, and family responsibilities, the last thing you need is a messy workspace slowing you down. That's why this video is all about practical, real-life habits that help you cook without creating clutter, clean without losing time, and organize your kitchen so it finally works for you, not against you. If you're ready to transform the most chaotic corner of your home into a calm, efficient space, stick with me. What's coming next might change the way you cook forever. Let's dive in. I remember many nights when I thought, it's just a few dishes, just a quick wipe, yet somehow 30 to 60 minutes disappeared. When we let things pile up through the day, the time stretches even more. A sink full of bowls, a stove with splatters and trash that hasn't been taken out. All look harmless individually, but together they become a mountain that drains our energy after work. Distractions make it worse. I've had moments when water was boiling, my phone buzzed, my child called from the next room, and someone knocked at the door all at the same time. Every interruption breaks our cleaning rhythm, and restarting takes even longer. Before we know it, a simple task turns into a whole production. And many women, myself included, fall into the habit of clean a little, rest a little. Or we try to tidy while scrolling through messages or watching videos. It feels harmless, even comforting, but the pace slows dramatically. A 5-minute job becomes 15. A 15-minute routine stretches into almost an hour. What I learned over time is that the problem isn't our ability. It's how easily time slips away when we're tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. Understanding this helped me redesign my routines to be shorter, sharper, and easier to stick with, even on difficult days. And now I'm going to share the practical tips I've gathered on efficient cleaning and organizing a tidy kitchen, especially for busy women juggling work and home. Now, as we begin this section on the clean as you cook habit, I always lean on one simple rule: clean as you cook. It sounds small, but it's the habit that keeps my kitchen calm, even on the days when I feel rushed and overwhelmed. Over time, I've learned that most messes can be prevented with just a few small preparations. I always start by lining a tray, a brown towel, or a stainless steel sheet on my counter before prepping ingredients. It catches vegetable peels, onion skins, or bits of packaging so they never scatter around the workspace. I also keep a small basin right next to the sink. Whenever I peel shrimp shells or remove stems from leafy greens, I drop the wet scraps directly into the basin instead of letting them pile up. This tiny habit alone keeps my counter looking surprisingly tidy. Another thing that helps is having a cloth or paper towel within arm's reach while cooking. Oil splashes happen to all of us, especially when we're tired or cooking in a hurry. But wiping those drops the moment they appear prevents them from becoming stubborn stains later. And after struggling for years with multiple cutting boards, I've switched to using just one board and giving it a quick rinse between tasks. It takes about 10 seconds, but it saves both space and visual clutter. I also arrange my utensils so that everything is exactly where I need it. When your ladle grater or tongs are stored near the stove, you don't have to walk around dripping sauce or crumbs across the kitchen. This simple organization makes cooking feel smoother and more intentional. These habits may sound small, but their effects add up. For example, after washing vegetables, I always pour the excess water into a basin placed under the sink. This prevents water from splashing onto the floor and saves me from wiping puddles later. And when I finish making a salad, I wash the mixing bowl immediately within 10 to 20 seconds before the dressing dries into a sticky film. Moments like these make the end-of-day cleaning so much lighter. And if you enjoy simple habits that make life easier, don't miss tomorrow's new video where I'll share Japanese cleaning practices that truly make a difference. It's practical, inspiring, and absolutely worth watching, now that our counters stay clear while we cook. Let's talk about another challenge every busy woman faces: those stubborn kitchen stains. Next, as we move into conquer stubborn kitchen stains, let's take a closer look at the easy, gentle methods that help us erase messes without stress or harsh scrubbing. Some stains in the kitchen can feel impossible to deal with, especially when you're already tired from work and cooking. For greasy splatters on the stovetop, I always start with warm water mixed with a little dish soap or diluted vinegar. Warmth helps loosen the oil immediately, and the vinegar cuts through the residue without leaving any harsh smell behind. I learned the hard way that if I wait too long, the grease hardens into a sticky film, so now I try to wipe it the moment I finish cooking. When sauce boils over onto the surface, a warm cloth works wonders. Cleaning it while it's still fresh prevents it from drying into a tough crust. For burnt marks, especially around the burners or on pans, baking soda and vinegar are my trusted pair. I sprinkle a thin layer of baking soda spray vinegar on top, wait 5 minutes, then gently scrub. The fizzing reaction softens the charred layer, so I don't have to scrape or damage the surface. And on days when the bottom of a pot gets burned after simmering something too long, I fill it with hot water and a spoonful of salt or baking soda. After about 15 minutes, most of the burnt residue lifts on its own, saving me the frustration of scrubbing endlessly. The microwave is another spot where messes build up quietly. Instead of scrubbing dried splashes, I heat a bowl of water with a few lemon slices or a splash of vinegar for 2 to 3 minutes. The steam softens all the stuck-on food, and a quick wipe is enough to make the inside shine again. It also leaves a clean, fresh scent, which I love. For stainless steel appliances that often get dull or streaky, I use a soft cloth dipped in diluted vinegar. Wiping in one direction, especially vertically, keeps the finish looking smooth and polished. And with air fryers, I found that a simple soak in warm water with a few drops of dish soap for 10 to 15 minutes loosens the thin, oily film that tends to cling to the basket. These little methods save both time and energy, and they make the kitchen feel like a friendlier place to work in, especially after a long day. Once the surfaces are clean, the next thing that truly changes how a kitchen feels is the way we organize what's behind the cabinet doors. Now, as we arrive at simple cabinet organization tips. These small changes make the kitchen easier to navigate and help me avoid the stress of digging around for things when I'm already tired. One of the best choices I ever made was using tiered shelves, L-shaped racks, and expandable organizers. Most cabinets have plenty of unused vertical space, and these racks help me stack dishes and bowls without creating unstable piles. I also sort everything by how often I use it. Everyday bowls and cups stay on the middle shelf where my hands naturally reach, while seasonal items or rarely used baking tools go up higher. This simple shift keeps my most used items always within reach, which makes cooking feel smoother. To prevent drawers from becoming a jumble of utensils, I rely on small baskets and trays. I group spoons, chopsticks, food container lids, and sponges into separate sections so they don't scatter everywhere. It may seem like a tiny detail, but opening a drawer and seeing everything sorted gives a surprising sense of calm. For pots and pans, I nest them together by size and store the lids separately in a vertical rack. It saves a lot of space, no more wrestling with falling lids every time I open the cabinet. Labeling has also made a big difference. I put simple labels on spice jars, cooking oils, sugar, and salt containers. When everything looks similar at a glance, labels help me grab the right item immediately, especially on busy evenings when I'm trying to cook quickly. A few practical examples have helped me stay consistent. I keep all small plastic container lids inside one large bin so they don't spill out the moment I open the cupboard. I also use separate trays for groups like dry spices, zip bags, and gloves, and knives and peelers. Having these categories makes it easy to return things to the right place and keeps the cabinets from getting messy again. These habits don't require expensive tools, just a bit of intention. And once everything has its own home, the kitchen becomes a much more peaceful place to work in. And speaking of organization, the fridge deserves its own moment. Next, as we transition into organize the fridge for convenience. Organizing the fridge is not just about neatness, it also prevents waste and saves precious minutes during rushed mornings or tired evenings. I keep cooked foods on the top shelf so they stay away from raw ingredients. The middle section is perfect for eggs, milk, cheese, and drinks things I reach for often. Raw meat and fish always go on the bottom shelf in sealed containers to avoid cross-contamination. And of course, vegetables stay in the produce drawer where the humidity helps them stay crisp longer. Once these zones are set, it becomes easy to return items to their place without thinking. Using transparent containers has also made a big difference. When I can see exactly how much yogurt or leftover soup I have left, I'm less likely to forget things in the back. I also write the purchase date or cooking date on each container. Following the first in, first out rule keeps older food from being pushed aside and forgotten until it spoils. A quick wipe of the fridge shelves every 3 or 4 days helps control moisture and keeps small spills from turning into sticky stains. It only takes a minute, but makes the whole fridge feel fresh. To maintain a pleasant smell, I usually place a small cup of baking soda or a piece of activated charcoal in the corner. They gently absorb odors without adding any scent of their own. Practical examples make the system even easier to follow. I group yogurt cups, cheese, and small snacks on a single tray so I can pull the whole tray out instead of searching shelf by shelf. For delicate leafy greens, I wrap them in paper towels and place them in zip bags. This simple step keeps them fresh for several extra days. These small practices don't require much effort, but they create a fridge that feels organized, easy to use, and surprisingly calming to open after a long day. But even with a neat fridge, the kitchen can feel uncomfortable if the air is heavy or damp. So let's look at a few easy ways to keep the space fresh, dry, and pleasant to cook in. Now, as we begin the section on keep your kitchen fresh and dry. Keeping the space dry, airy, and free from lingering odors helps us cook with ease and clean with less effort later. If I'm boiling soup, steaming dumplings, or frying something fragrant, I always switch on the exhaust fan or crack open a window. It takes only a second, but it prevents steam and oil from settling around the room. Over the years, I've realized this small action saves me time I'd otherwise spend scrubbing the cabinets or wiping away condensation. Another simple routine is drying surfaces immediately after washing dishes. The sink area tends to collect droplets, and if we leave them for too long, moisture becomes trapped and slowly turns into mold. I keep a small microfiber cloth next to the sink, and I give to the countertop a quick wipe after each cleanup. It's a quiet ritual I've grown to enjoy, almost like resetting the kitchen for the next moment of calm. In spots that naturally stay damp, like the cabinet under the sink, I place moisture absorbers or silica gel sheets. They help prevent that musty smell busy women like us rarely have time to deal with. And for enclosed spaces like pantry corners, baking soda, or even used coffee grounds work wonders in absorbing odors. These small things make the kitchen feel lighter, almost like it's breathing with us. One thing many people overlook is the kitchen sponge. I check mine every week because a damp sponge left overnight becomes a perfect home for bacteria. Sometimes I microwave a damp sponge for 20-30 seconds, or simply let it dry under the sun on weekends. That tiny effort keeps the whole cleaning routine healthier. A few real examples: after frying fish, I keep the fan running for 5 extra minutes and place a small bowl of vinegar on the counter. It absorbs the smell almost immediately. And whenever I notice a faint mustiness under the sink, I slide in a few sheets of old newspaper and a small box of baking soda. The difference the next morning is surprising. Finally, as we reach a nightly kitchen shutdown, let's slow down and look at the gentle evening rituals that reset the kitchen and make tomorrow feel calmer and easier. I started this habit during one of the busiest periods of my life. I would come home exhausted, rush through dinner, and leave dishes in the sink for later. The next morning always felt heavier because the first thing I saw was yesterday's mess. Slowly, I learned that closing the day with a small, gentle ritual made mornings far less stressful. Now, those few minutes each night feel like an act of kindness I give to my future self. The routine is simple: empty the trash, rinse the sink, and wipe the stove and countertops. These quick steps prevent smells from building up overnight and keep surfaces free of grease. If I used many dishes that day, I either load the dishwasher or neatly stack the plates so the space looks orderly. Just seeing the counters cleared makes the kitchen feel instantly lighter. Another important habit is returning items to their proper place. Nothing fancy, just a quick sweep of the room to gather cups, towels, or bottles that drifted away during the day. I also make sure the kitchen towel and sponge are hung somewhere airy so they dry completely. Leaving them damp overnight can create odors or bacteria, something many busy women overlook without realizing it. To keep the routine realistic, I don't aim for perfection. On tiring days, I choose only 2 or 3 priority tasks: wiping the stove, taking out the trash, or soaking a pot for the next day. These small wins keep the habit consistent. And right before switching off the kitchen light, I do a 1-minute sweep of the floor. It's surprisingly effective. No crumbs, no sticky patches, no unpleasant surprise waiting in the morning. Each sunrise now feels calmer. I walk into a tidy kitchen, make my coffee in peace, and start the day with more clarity and less frustration. It's a tiny routine with a big impact, one I wish I had started earlier. In today's video, we walked through simple habits from cleaning as you cook to tackling stubborn stains, organizing cabinets and the fridge, and keeping your kitchen fresh that make daily life feel lighter and more manageable. These small practices only truly work when you apply them consistently. So I hope you'll start trying these tips tonight and feel the difference for yourself. And if you're ready for more meaningful lifestyle shifts, I also have a separate video on gentle Japanese habits that genuinely improve your everyday well-being. A beautifully practical guide you should watch right after this one. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe because you deserve a calmer, more breathable living space. Let these tips brighten not only your home, but the homes of the people you love.